Donald Trump suffered an irreversible collapse on his own Truth Social. It went overnight. There is both the tone and there is the substance. And I want to look at a little bit of both. First of all, as far as the tone goes, Trump just posting over and over again AI generated images of himself looking very strong. Time to obliterate the deep state. Nothing can stop what is coming. Just a weird blend of conspiracy nonsense combined with weird attacks and user-generated content interspersed with advertisements for ivermectin, of all things. So like the optics of this are just terrible. Trump's up all night. He's posting, some of this stuff is posted at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., just the strangest times of the night. He's up all night. Okay, then we get to the substance. I want to remind you, as part of this posting spree, Trump did post this attack message about Marjorie Taylor Greene's resignation, where he said, quote, Marjorie Trader Brown, because of plummeting poll numbers and not wanting to face a primary challenger with a strong Trump endorsement, has decided to call it quits. Her relationship with the worst Republican congressman in decades, Tom Massey, also known as Rand Paul Jr., because he votes against Republican Party legislation, didn't help her. For some reason, primarily that I refused to return her never-ending barrage of phone calls, Marjorie went bad. Okay, so Trump with his anti-Marjorie Taylor Greene post. Then Trump again. I have just gotten the highest poll numbers of my political career. While my great work on the economy has not yet been fully appreciated, yeah, that's an understatement, it will be. Things are really rockin'. Stopping wars and foreign relations seems to be a strong suit. Also great, the border and stopping crime. I predict that the economy and the already highest stock market ever, and prices coming down sharply from the Biden disaster, will soon be at the top of the list, make America great again. None of that is true. Trump has the worst approval rating of either of his terms today. You go back to the moment where Trump came down the golden escalator, as he likes to say. His approval is the lowest it has ever been today. A lot of the accomplishments of stopping wars that Trump touts aren't real. Prices have not come down. The stock market is doing okay, although it's been shaky lately. But basically, none of this is true. Trump then engaging caps lock and continuing. The traitors that told the military to disobey my orders should be in jail right now, not roaming the fake news networks trying to explain that what they said was okay. It wasn't and never will be. It was sedition at the highest level, and sedition is a major crime. There can be no other interpretation of what they said. Well, there is another interpretation. What Trump is referring to is the Democratic lawmakers who said, if you are in the armed forces, it is your responsibility to refuse to follow unlawful orders, no matter who they come from, implying even if they come from Donald Trump. That is the law. If you believe in law and order and following the law, then what those Democratic lawmakers said is correct and true, and what Donald Trump said is not. That's the reality. That's where we find ourselves today. Trump continuing on social media. Many great legal scholars agree that the Democrat traitors that told the military to disobey my orders as president have committed a crime of serious proportion. This is not true. Stating the law is not a crime. Saying, look at what the USMJ says, the code of UCMJ, Code of Military Justice. Look at what it says. That saying I was just following orders is not an acceptable excuse or explanation, and that you have a duty to refuse to follow unlawful orders. It's like saying, hey, the speed limit is 55 here. If you go faster, you might get a ticket. That's a crime. What are we talking about here? And then finally, Trump, desperate to claim that the Republican Party is united, even though it isn't. He says, quote, the Republican Party has never been so united as it is right now. Other than Rand Paul Jr., Massey, Marjorie Trader Brown, and a couple of other lowlifes, and other than the fact that many want the election-threatening filibuster terminated, the Dems will do it in the first minute of their first chance. And some don't. There is great spirit and cohesion. Plus, the Republican Party is much bigger than it was when I announced in 2015 or ever was before. many millions more members. Well, remember, the population keeps going up in the United States. That's not the biggest accomplishment, really. Trump finalizing this by saying, we now have the strongest border ever, biggest tax cuts, the best economy, the highest stock market, and so much more. But the best is yet to come. Vote Republican. Trump is in a panic. He knows he is at serious risk of losing the House in 26. We need to make sure that he does. We have to be part of that. If we stay home, it won't happen, but we have time for that. We're now about 11 months from that election. But Trump is terrified because he is thinking of legacy. And he knows if Republicans lose the House next November, Trump is an even lamer duck instantly than he is today. It is easy to forget how many great family photos you have until you put them all in one place and see them. And our sponsor, Aura Frames, makes the digital frame I've been using in my house for years, and it is one of my favorite gifts to give other people. The Aura frame I gave my dad a few years ago has photos going back so long. He walks by it every day. He loves it. You can preload photos onto the frame before even gifting it. Even if Aura ships it directly, and you can add a personal message as well, then you and the recipient can keep adding photos from anywhere using the Aura app. The app is free and unlimited. You can put as many memories as you want on there. Super easy to use. No surprise, the New York Times named Aura the best digital photo frame. Every frame comes in a premium gift box. It feels like a polished, thoughtful gift. And you'll get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames when you go to auraframes.com and use the code Pakman at checkout. It is Aura's best sale of the year. The link is in the description.